Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. I hope everyone out there is having fun, doing well, and enjoying life. We are returning to the Black Tapes. We are in episode 9, named Neptune. And without further ado, let's get into this bad boy.
We're heading back to Seattle and the recording of that Ouija board experiment, where Michelle Braid's hair was moving, seemingly entirely on its own.
Yes, we are tying threads together. You gotta love it.
I said I saw her hair move on its own.
Yes.
What do you mean, yes?
That's why it's in my collection of what you call the Black Tapes.
He's already ahead of her on that one.
Wait, I thought it was unsolved because of the accuracy of the planchette while the participants were blindfolded.
That's the main reason, but the braid woman's hair was also interesting.
Interesting?
A table full of people had just witnessed something that frightened them. They were short of breath. Some were breathing quite heavily.
You think someone's breath blew her hair off her shoulder?
It's certainly possible.
Plausible.
Well, watching that tape, it seems unlikely.
I feel like you might be losing the skeptic's perspective in this case.
Well, I know what I saw.
What we see is often not the truth.
Because our eyes lie to us. It's like it's been proven that eyewitnesses aren't the best evidence in court. Eyewitness is good if you have other physical evidence to support your eyewitness, but an eyewitness in and of itself is not. It's because we see what we want to see, not what is there to be seen.
You saw her hair move after learning about her grandfather. It's all about context, expectation bias.
And there's a flip side to expectation bias, if you expect everything to be rational and easily explained.
True. But the cases we've been looking at have been far from easily explained.
Or rational.
But her hair lifted, as if someone else was there behind her.
Well, I guess it remains unsolved then.
I guess. I have to admit, I was getting a bit frustrated at the lack of movement of the Black Tapes from unsolved to solved.
Yeah, I imagine in her position, it would become frustrating well, not really quick, it just over time.
We had yet to conclusively close a single case.
Which is cool. I love that this being self-aware of being self-aware of what's going on around them and going on. And I love that when a show, a movie, a podcast, a radio program has the right amount of self-awareness to it, where they don't overdo it and make a joke out of it, but at the same time, they realize what's going on.
I felt like the worst detective in the world. But Strand was fine
She's no Batman or Sherlock Holmes.
with it. He told me it was just a matter of time. We just needed technology to catch up, so we could find ways to disprove some of these more fantastical cases.
And which is one of the things that Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about. I won't go into it here, but if you want to, on YouTube, just do a search for Neil deGrasse Tyson, what we know about science or science lectures and stuff like that. And there's some of them where he talks about what we perceive as supernatural 100 or 1,000, 100, couple, 50, hell, even 25, 30 years from now, will be able to explain or might be able to explain. It's like going back to the medieval time period with a flashlight or machine gun, you know. I mean, think about it. Show up at the Battle of the Alamo with, you know, 2 companies of 1st Infantry fully kitted out, and Santa Anna's fucked. And that, to them, it's going to seem supernatural, but we know how machine guns and artillery and all that work now. You know, self-propelled guns, hand grenades, mortar. You know. So yeah, it's one of those things.
Now I'm going to play a Skype message I received last week. The sender had called a few times while I was offline and eventually left a voice message.
That's kind of cool.
You might remember him from episode 3 of the podcast.
Hi, Alex. This is Keith Davidge from Haster Rising. You interviewed me a while ago about the unsound.
That was also a good episode.
I was hoping I could talk to you about something. It's complicated. I couldn't stop thinking.
He's crushing on it. No. That would be way out of character.
Thinking about the unsound. There's this guy I knew from school. He listened to it right around the time I did. Well, just after our interview, I heard he drowned in a lake while fishing.
Oops.
A friend of the band helped me dig into the deep web, you know, the dark net. And there was a lot more stories about people dying within a year. That really freaked me out. I became kind of obsessed, I guess, with finding a cure or something, a way to prevent
The Cure. By the way, they're a good band. I just love that choice of wording because it's fitting, it's appropriate, but at the same time it's hysterical.
the unsound from having an effect. I'm not 100% sure if it's real. I don't think. But I'm 100% sure I don't want to die.
Yeah, that seems to be a theme in this podcast.
I found someone on the deep web forum. He's supposed to be able to neutralize the unsound's curse.
That's kind of interesting. Yeah, for those of you out there, the deep web .onion websites are all real things. You need a Tor browser. You can download Tor browsers. They're legal to do. It's legal to search the dark web. You just got to be real careful what you download, where you download from, what you look at, if you buy anything. I've dabbled in it myself. It is a very, very scary and fascinating place all at the same time. And if you are not mentally prepared for the dark web, i.e. prepared for crazy, weird shit, illegal shit, and stuff you can't even think. I mean, it's out there. Check it out. Be careful. Be safe about doing it, though.
I don't know. I tracked him down. He's a composer. I've never heard of him, but I guess for people into that kind of stuff, he's kind of a big deal.
Could be.
His name is Percival Black. He's a teacher as well. I've been studying all kinds of music and other stuff. I don't really have time to explain everything.
No, you don't want to embarrass yourself on a voice message
Right now. I'll call you again tomorrow. I just emailed you something. It's Black.
Really? That's all the more description you're going to give?
He's working on a new piece. I think you'll be interested in this. Have you heard of Alexander Scriabin? Look him up. He's a famous Russian composer. Yeah. I'm calling from Russia.
Okay. Yeah, I think in the last episode, I looked it up, and this episode came out September 1, 2015. Yeah, getting into Russia and sightseeing and stuff would have been pretty easy then for Americans. So not so much in 2024, since the little I don't know, sightseeing tour that old Vlad has done in Ukraine.
Okay, I've got to get going. I'll call you later. Bye.
And with that, we'll go ahead and call this episode good here. Until next time. It seems that this new schedule of doing videos is working out pretty good. I can sit down and get my videos knocked out and have time for my offline hobbies. So, everyone, I hope life is good for you. Things are going your way. Remember to be a good human, be good to other humans, and peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?